Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me in this event today. Well, before we begin, I'd like to make one simple observation. Actually, I want to make one simple bet. Why are you sitting at your house right now watching this event? I can bet you I can name at least 3 electrical devices that you use right now. Well, my bets are that you're using a computer, of course, a phone, and then probably a fan or an aircon. You see, why do I make this bet? These electrical devices that you use every day are essential to our life because we need them to complete our works, to watching what you're watching right now with us. And while they're important to our life, they need electricity to power, to function. And have you ever wondered yourself, where does electricity comes from? And why do we care? And should we? Well, about 40% of global carbon dioxide comes from electricity generations from burning fossil fuels. 40% is a tremendous amount and has had a big impact on our global warming. And to bring this rising temperature down is not an easy task. All the countries need to urgently transform their energy system around burning fossil fuels to adopting more clean renewable energies that does not emit carbon dioxide into the atmosphere that cause the global climate nowadays. Now we can see countries' commitments around the world aiming to bring net zero emissions by certain years, 2025, 2040, 2050. Now, in this graph that you see is done by BNEF, short for Bloomberg New Energy Finance. The x-axis is showing the years from 1970 to 1950, and the y-axis is indicating the percentage of electricity generations from a lot of sources: coal, oil, gas, hydro, nuclear, wind, solar. But when you look at this graph, what's important to you and what is really exciting is that you see the world is taking more renewable, clean renewable energy that are solar and wind in the next decades. How about Cambodia? People say that we are a poor country with a devastating past, that we cannot be a leader in the region to tackle this global issue, this global challenge. Well, I am a young, proud Cambodian engineer, and I think that we can. In fact, the fact that Cambodia is a developing country is especially an advantage, not a disadvantage. We haven't built our systems around a centralized fossil fuels, so we don't have to adopt a broken system. We can build out our own new systems with more clean renewable energies. And therefore, our visions for Cambodia to power by 100 renewable energy is completely possible. There are 3 reasons that prove that we can. And 3 of these reasons are: 1, it is possible for a country to be powered by 100% renewable energy, and that there are places that are doing this. And 2, Cambodia is halfway there already, and in fact, it's been done before. And 3, it is better for Cambodia. So let me dive into each of these and explain. First, it is possible to transform a country to be powered by 100% renewable energy, and that there are countries that are doing this. For instance, Costa Rica and Norway, Iceland are already at a very 100% renewable energy power. South Australia, that has similar size of electricity grid to Cambodia, will be all 100% renewable energy by 2030. On some days, already happened. California passed legislation for zero carbon electricity by 2045. Analysis done by Australian energy experts identified that Cambodia has 65 million megawatt hours of solar, 20 million megawatt hours of wind, and 8 million megawatt hours of new pump storage, low impact hydro, which all of this is more than double what Cambodians need in 2040, all renewable energies. And now that we understand it is possible for our country to transform to be powered by 100% renewable energy, let's move on to number 2, which for me is really an exciting part, that Cambodia is halfway there already, and in fact, it's been done before. In 2004, 89% of electricity generation, our electricity generations, came from fossil fuels, mostly heavy fuels and diesel. In 2013, 82% of our electricity came from renewable energy. So we can do this again. In 2018, according to the data from EAC, Electricity Authority of Cambodia, according to that data, 50% of renewable energy, 50% of our electricity came from renewable energy. So we halfway there already, and we can do this again. And third is better for Cambodia. So I'm going to talk about 5 key reasons why that is. And 5 of these are: 1, we can save money; 2, we can become energy independent; 3, it will help local investment and local jobs; and 4, industry wants it; and 5 is for the environmental benefits. So I will dive into each of these 5 reasons. So first, we can save money. A lot of time you think clean energy is actually really expensive, but that's false, because clean energy such as solar and wind are actually cheaper now. The price of this technology has drastically dropped in the last 5 to 10 years, and that is because of the technological advancement and improvements. The solar panels now are more efficient than ever. The wind turbines now are more efficient than ever. So the project of this clean renewable energy is actually lowering now. In fact, in 2019, Cambodia won the lowest price for solar electricity in Southeast Asia at a price 3.877 cents per kilowatt hour. And that is half the price cheaper than the new coal-fired electricity that Cambodia's government planned to buy from Laos at the price 7.7 cents per kilowatt hour. So so Cambodians can save a lot of money by generating our own clean renewable energy such as solar and wind. And second, it will help Cambodia to become more energy independent. Solars and wind are homegrown, and coal and gas will need to be imported from another countries. Also, if you think about how electricity is so crucial, so important to every industries, to every houses, to every factories, and that we can be self-reliant, self-sufficient, that we can produce our own electricity, then we don't have to import the electricity from other countries at all. And third, it contributes to the growth of GDP and also local jobs. New projects needs new people, need new finance, need engineers, need a lot of other things. According to Arena, renewable energies create jobs 3 times more than fossil fuels. And fourth, industry wants it. A lot of American companies, European companies, and corporations have made the commitments to RE100 targets, renewable energy targets, and climate change targets. In Cambodia, companies such as H&M, Adidas, VF corporations represents over 30% of Cambodia's $7 billion government sector, and that's around 200,000 jobs. So last year, they wrote to the Ministry of Economic and Finance and told them that they will have difficulty staying in Cambodia if Cambodia plans to follow their plans to 75 fossil fuels by 2030. So you see, if we can invest in more clean renewable energy, we are able to attract this brand to stay in Cambodia, and which means more local jobs, more local investments. And last but not least, bring to my last point, which is it's not just the economic benefits, but also the environmental benefits. Using more solar and wind means we can reduce the amounts of carbon dioxide that produced from coal and oil that release to the atmosphere, that produce our electricity. So what the 3 points that I have raised during these presentations, which were: 1, that it is possible for a country to go 100% renewable energy, and that there are places that are doing it. And 2, that Cambodia is halfway there already, that it's been done before. And 3, that it is better for Cambodia. So I really do believe that it is possible for Cambodia to go 100% renewable energy. And as one of the young Cambodian, I want my country to be a part of solving this climate crisis. And I don't want to tell the next generations or even my children that I did nothing to prevent this catastrophe from coming. So I want this to be the opportunity for us to see what's possible, so that we can call on our leaders to embrace these opportunities. Thank you.